Hey, what's up, guys? Eli Fishman here with Talking Ball Interviews on YouTube. Back another interview, and today I'm glad to be joined by Ethan Hankins, Cleveland Indians prospect. Ethan, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, no problem. It's an honor.
Thank you so much for coming on today. You know, first of all, starting with your career, when you were drafted, the first-round balance pick to the Cleveland Indians, 35th overall. You know, how great was that to hear your name called, and what's your draft story?
I mean, it's always an honor to be picked like in the draft, no matter 1 through 40. So, I mean, especially being grabbed in the first comp round or the first round, I mean, it's an honor. It's a dream. And to be able to come out here to a ballpark with the Indians is an honor, and I'm excited for the years that there is to come.
You started your career with only a couple outings in the AZL, but now in the New York Penn League, you're really getting your first pro experience, I'd say, playing in front of so many fans and traveling around on the bus. You know, how has it been so far, and has everything about this pro life lived up to expectations?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really been a blur since I've been here. I mean, it's an awesome group of guys, and we have a lot of fun, so it makes days go by a little bit easier. Bus rides go a little bit faster. So, I mean, can't really complain about anything. I mean, I've been pitching well, still got a lot of room to improve, and got a long ways to be, I mean, where everybody's end goal is to be, the big league. So I'm excited for the path that there is to come. So,
what's your repertoire, and can you give me a scouting report on yourself?
Got fastball. It's my main weapon, if you want to call it that. I use that, whether it's 3-0 or 0-2. I feel that's the pitch that I have most confidence in. And then probably go my changeup, which is very surprising to a lot of people. Because like here at 19 years old, or being a hard thrower, nobody really expects to hear, oh, well, he's got a good power changeup, or he's got a good changeup to go along with it. You hear a lot of sliders and curveballs, but changeup's my second best, curveball, and then slider. Slider has a long ways to go. Curveball has come a long ways, but still have some room to improve there. I mean, still got a lot of growth that I need to be doing, like mechanically. So got a long ways to go.
What's your pitching philosophy? You know, do you have a mental approach for every pitch?
No, I mean, I normally try to take a calm, deep breath, try to stay composed, because a lot of things aren't going to go your way sometimes. So when you're out on the mound, I feel like for myself, just taking a calm, deep breath and in and out really helps me kind of stay composed when stuff's not going your way. I mean, you just got to deal with it.
You're having a killer year among the league leaders in almost every pitching category for the New York Penn League. You know, what's been working for you so far?
My Fastball Command. That's the biggest thing. I'm able to move it in and out. When you locate with the fastball, no matter really the velocity, and this is what I try to tell people, kids that are younger than me when they ask me, when you locate your fastball, accuracy over velocity. Obviously, if everybody threw 95, it would kind of be unfair, and it would just be, I mean, it's a weapon to be able to throw that hard. But if you're 88 and you're able to locate your fastball, I mean, it's a deadly weapon as if you were throwing 98.
Being so young in this league, for example, the Staten Island Yankees lineup, they've got, I think, 3 SEC guys. You know, coming in so young, coming out of high school last year. You know, how crazy is that for you, facing and dominating these kids that are so much older and so much more experienced?
Yeah, I mean, it is cool. I've faced a lot of guys. Like last week, unfortunately, I didn't pitch against them, but we faced Adley Rutschman, the 1-1 guy. But I played with Pat DeMarco from the Staten Island since, like, on the same travel ball team from I was 14 and he was 16. Played all the way up. Good to see him again. But, yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to see these guys that are in the SEC and the ACC, guys that have played, like, a longer time, just be able to they have more reps on me. So I'm able to take a step back and be like, these guys have 3 years on me. Let's see how I can do against them and see how I battle with it, how I compete with these guys that have had a lot more experience. So hopefully 3 more years. When I get those 3 extra years, I'll be a long way too. So, I mean, it's exciting.
For you coming out of high school, I believe you were committed to Vandy and then you were committed to Chipola, right?
Yeah.
Was that a hard decision at all, turning down that contract, or did you know immediately that you wanted to go play?
No, for sure. Vanderbilt was dream school. I was telling people when I was 12, 13 years old that I would want to go to Vanderbilt and be able to play there and go to school there. And nobody really believed me until one day I showed up and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to commit to Vanderbilt. Got a scholarship offer, and I love the coaches and I love the guys there. And I still talk to Coach Corbin occasionally, and Scott Brown, the pitching coach too. But yeah, I mean, it was a very, very hard decision. Just knowing that I could get an education, knock an education out, and be able to go and play baseball in what I think is the best baseball program in college baseball possible history. But yeah, it was very hard to turn it down.
Have you now gotten used to those bus rides and this minor league grind? How is it?
Well, I got a pad that I sleep on, like a blow-up pad, and I sleep on that most of the time. But I bought one of the portable PlayStation things, so I'll play Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever I want. Got a hotspot, so I got a pretty nice setup, so I can't really complain.
What's been your favorite part about professional baseball?
The knowledge. Everybody spreads knowledge. Being able to talk to guys here and like big leagues, AA, AAA, guys have gone through what I'm going through right now. Being able to pick their brains has really been the biggest thing for me. It's really enjoyable to be able to pick guys' brains like Savali, who is big league debut this year, went from extended with him. He went to AA, AAA, then the big leagues, and then Plesac too. This spring training, me and him talked a good bit, and I mean it's awesome just being able to pick these guys' brains who have experienced all this, experienced the same problems that I've been going through.
Being the first round pick, having so much success, I think you're number 4 prospect for the Indians. Being such a high ranked prospect and having those eyes on you. I see the MLB account tweeting about your dominant starts. Do you see pressure as that at all, being one of the top prospects?
No, I mean. I think the prospect list is can really you can get caught up in it, and it's really easy to, especially with how much is thrown in your face all the time. You have people on Twitter saying, oh, like Indians top prospect, this, that, and it's really easy to get caught up in it. But for me, I like to take a step back, because you see guys that aren't even close to the top 30 prospects in organizations that get called up, and they get called up to the big leagues. And one of my good buddies who I work out with this offseason, Jared Walsh, he's having an insane year at AAA in the Angels, and he made his big league debut this year. He was the last pick of the draft, complete last pick, and here he is. He's one of the top prospects in the Angels organization, getting big league time. Prospect lists, I mean, they're cool and they're fun to look at, easy to get caught up in. Honored to be on there, definitely. But it's really easy to get caught up into, so I really try not to pay attention to it.
All right, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. Much, much appreciated.